Definition for integrated learning, because all of your teammates are just saying off the topic, so I don't want that in my arguments.
Well, I think you don't have done any research work, so let me tell you what integrated learning is.
Yes.
Integrated learning solution means that we need practical knowledge as well. Not only theoretical knowledge will work, practical knowledge is equally as important as the bookish languages. We are in favor of the real world.
So without theory, you can apply any practical knowledge. Without theory, like for example, you can build this IPS school on sand, like on wraith, and it would not fall.
So without practical, so are you able to understand any theory without practical?
What are you saying?
Are you able to
If you
understand?
don't know what one are, what one is, what two is, what three is, how can you add them, multiply them, manipulate them in order to do all this engineering work you do?
Let me tell you.
Just imagine in this world we don't have ABCD, we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, we don't have E, U, and then we are practically doing things. Just imagine that.
And you just imagine how the engineers are going to prepare the modules without the practical knowledges, without the practical demonstrations. How doctors are able to practice without practical things. How are they able to experiment? All scientific things are based on experimentation. And let me remind you, knowledge is nothing. Knowledge is nothing without any practical knowledge.
But I am supporting my traditional, so it is not like traditional knowledge does not include experimentation. What I mean by traditional is how old people used to think. They used to debate on an idea and then come on results. Your integrated learning is like for let me give an example. If you have an apple and you see it falling, what traditional learning does is it would tell you all the basics, the fundamental core principles why that apple is falling. Now let me tell you what integrated learning does. Seeing that apple fall, seeing how much it's rotten, oh it's red color, it's good for diabetic patients. So this is integrated learning.
Let me tell you, integrated learning just offers that the learning solution should be made easier, understandable. It is not complicated like your bookish language. The integrated learning also says that learn from experience. And let me tell you, integrated learning says that is based on the ideology of Acharyarth Padamadate, Pada Sarva Devita, and it means that take 1/4 of the knowledge from teachers, 1/4 of classmates.
All the shlokas you are saying are traditional. Those are elementary shlokas which you are saying. So you are proving my point from your side.
This shlok is written in Rig Veda, which is written by sage Vyas, and he promoted Gurukul.
So is that traditional?
And Gurukul were based on practical demonstrations.
Not only like just imagine careful. Let's build the IPS on sand.
And let's make the engineers to build their IPS without any practical demonstration of what they studied in their engineering years. Go to the science lab. Go to the science lab.
Integrated learning is easy to understand.
Yes.
And bookish languages like all theoretical very difficult to understand.
Yes.
So why do all the schools in India, all the schools in America, all the schools in England still focusing on like notebooks, the books, the NCRTs, the Rajas Agarwals, all that books? Why are not we just sending these all children for sales and marketing? Why are we teaching them math, science if they want to earn money?
Integrated learning does not say that don't teach them the core subjects, but it says teach them with practicality. And let me tell you,
teach me history with practicality. Make me Napoleon, you Hitler. Like how come I saying that it's easy?
Today, each and every school is having the labs dedicated for specific subjects, and also our school is also having such labs. And let me tell you that integrated learning solutions made it easier for the teachers even to measure the learning outcomes and the delivery of the content as per the curriculum.
Like whom do you call like better teachers? The older teachers who were traditionally teaching in old times, or the teachers who like today are 22-year-old or 23-year-old using your integrated learning stuff? Who are the better teachers according to you? The Albert Einsteins who just explains a written story, very complicated theory, and explain that theory to all the students. Wouldn't that student be hyperly genius? Like easy things is easy to understand for all. Like complicated things could only be understood.
Thank you, participants. Your time is up. Thank you so much for your argument.